Hello all. So my name is Bharat. Been working on Bahmni for some time now. So recently I started working on having a lighter version of Bahmni, so that we can at least have our development machines or have lighter version of Bahmni so that we can do development faster. And there are other use cases for this, but we'll talk about that little later. So in this video, I would like to cover how easily we can install Bahmni, and then make it up and running. In next 5 minutes, I'm going to demonstrate that. So this setup will work for any kind of operating system where there is Docker available. So this is a Docker-based installation. So, for example, you're on Windows, Mac, Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, or any operating system. This should work as long as you have Docker in place. So the first step for this, we'll now demonstrate how this works. The first step for this is to create a Docker network. So we are essentially saying that all the Docker containers in this network are known to each other, so they can communicate with each other. So the next thing is about creating a MySQL server. So this is a base MySQL server image. So this is nothing Bahmni specific. So the first time you try to run this command, it will go ahead and pull the MySQL server image. All we are doing is plain, we're giving it a name called MySQL, and there is a root password called password. You can give anything, whatever you want. And this is the base MySQL server image. And I'm saying that it belongs to this network. I've just started it. Let's see if it is running. Yeah, okay. Docker logs -f MySQL. So we can wait to see that the MySQL process started. Okay, we are now good. The next step is to restore a basic database, right? So otherwise it's a plain MySQL without any OpenMRS database in it. So I've created a small Docker image called Bahmni MySQL starter. So it will kind of pull the latest demo database and restore it into this MySQL. Again, the command for this is pretty straightforward. I'll just create a Docker run. I don't need this later, so I'm just removing this. I'm making this part of Bahmni network so that MySQL is available to this, right? I'm giving the MySQL post details here, right? So I'm just running this. Don't worry about the message that you get here because we are trying to drop an OpenMRS database if it already exists. So in this case, there is no OpenMRS database. That's why you're seeing this message, but please ignore it. It shouldn't matter. The next step is to pull a Bahmni image. So this particular Bahmni image, which is in Bharat AK repository, is a lighter version. So when I say lighter version, it doesn't have Apache, it doesn't have any, it just has OpenMRS jar file or a Tomcat, which has OpenMRS in it, Bahmni apps, which is our AngularJS application, and Bahmni config, right? Only those three things, right? Everything served on one Tomcat, right? And this is very similar to what we do with our RPM, OpenMRS RPM. I've just used that to support Bahmni apps and config. I'll go to the details little later. We'll not worry about it right now. Let's see if this works, right? So you can see that the liquid-based migration started. So that means it can find an OpenMRS database and it can see that this is running. Let's wait for this to work. Okay, now we can see that the server started with on 8050. So I'll now go ahead and do this localhost 8050 OpenMRS Bahmni. Right? So ignore this message. I'll come back to this little later. So now I can try to log in. Yeah. So let me quickly go ahead and create a patient. If you see, it's not running on HTTPS port here because there is no Apache here. So in the roadmap, we can try to integrate, have HTTPS certificates and all of it. But for now, as a developer machine, this should be okay, right? I'll go ahead and create a new patient now, quickly to test if all works fine. Right. I can see that the patient is now available, and I can search for that particular patient, and this works fine. So you should be able to access OpenMRS on this port, OpenMRS. So don't worry about this message. There looks like some small problem. All you need to do is just restart the Docker image. So just restarted the Docker image. Now let's see. So now OpenMRS should work fine. Yeah, I can see it now. So now Bahmni is up and running. Thank you.